Greetings, wine lovers. I'm Dan Riddell with the Pacific Northwest Wine Competition, and I'm here today with Brian Rudin of Echolands Winery. He's the winemaker and general manager, and we're going to talk about the 2024 Semi Carbonic Cinsault. Brian, you have been in the wine industry for about, I think it was over 17 years now, and you came to Echolands about 2.5 years ago. Give us a little idea about what's been going on in the winery since you arrived.
Well, it's funny because 2.5 years is about as long as it takes to make one vintage of red wine. If you think about it that way, from getting through the growing season to crush, let's call it almost 2 years in barrel, bottling, a little time to wait while it rests in bottle. So the work started 2.5 years ago. Since I've been there, is now just starting to show up. And it seems like it's been a lot longer than that though. But yeah, in the last 2 years, what's exciting is we've opened the new winery and tasting room out in Mill Creek. It's a gorgeous spot. We equipped it with a bunch of very cool winemaking equipment that gives us a different handle on a lot of different wines.
Cool. And so you were around long enough to have your hands completely in this, and so, let's talk a little bit about it. It's a technique that you mentioned called Semi Carbonic. What's involved in that? So
this wine, which is a semi-carbonic Cinsault, is kind of strange from its core. One, it's a variety that a lot of people may have never even tasted, Cinsault, and then it's a process which is kind of rare too, and that's the semi-carbonic side. So on that, you're using carbon dioxide gas to break down skin walls and help assist with the maceration. So rather than crush and destem grapes and put them in a tank and put in yeast, like you would for 99% of all the other fermentations that are out there. In this case, you just take the whole clusters, you don't destem them, you don't crush them, you put them in some kind of strong metal tank, whatever you have, fill it with CO2 gas. We use dry ice pellets, and then it evaporates, turns into CO2 gas, and you seal it. And we seal it for 2 weeks. And what happens is that CO2 gas permeates into the grapes and starts to macerate them and break down the solids and the skins, and in doing so creates a different class of aromatics than you would if you did a standard fermentation. So you get these candied, really exaggerated red fruit, almost licorice-like Twizzlers, almost Jolly Rancher type flavors, a lot of banana, a lot of crazy stuff that you don't see in a normal ferment. And so it just makes the wine seem different. So it's doubly different, one from that process, and two from kind of a rare and fun grape variety from southern France.
And I would imagine we did taste this in advance. You get a really nice fresh quality to those grapes too, so which really comes through in the wine. So, well, let's give this a little try on its own here first. Color's beautiful. It's almost got a little pinkish tone to it. It's very light, rubyish, kind of like a Pinot Noir.
Yeah, it's pale. There's hardly any color here, and it's actually low tannin too. Yes. So between the low color and the low tannin, it actually just feels effortlessly soft on the palate.
Cool.
Cheers.
Let's give that a taste. You know, those berry flavors come through so much, and when we tried this a little earlier, there's almost like a little caramelly, like you mentioned, a licoricey note on the back end, real candy-ish, which is nice, but not sweet at all, and maybe some herbaceousness as well in there. So it's a really unique varietal.
A lot of ways, texturally, it reminds me of a piece of clothing. There is, you guys, you remember 10 years ago or so when all the sportwear companies were coming out with super lightweight down puffy coats, and it was kind of a new thing for a minute where everyone was going lighter and thinner. This wine reminds me of that because it is effortlessly light, but at the same time very warm, and you're like, damn, this thing weighs nothing. But
you heard it here for the puffy coat of wines. Right there. Cool. Well, that is delicious. We got this for food pairings. I think you want to kind of keep it light. We thought this would be a really nice wine for a luncheon or something, start out or early in the evening before you get to the big heavy hitters. So our chef, acclaimed chef Zaccarelli, has prepared this duck confit, which is in a nice little buttered pastry shell. So let's give this a try. We'll have that first, and then follow it up with the wine. So I have to tell you, this kitchen smells really, really good.
It smells absurdly good in here.
So let's take a little taste of this, and then we'll follow it up with a little sip of the wine. delicious. Butter's really coming through on that pastry shell. Let's give that a little try with the wine here. Okay, I think we crushed it on that.
Yeah,
Wow.
that works. It's funny, even just with the last bite sort of working its way down the gullet, taking a sniff of this enhanced that red fruit. It took it into a bolder, redder, almost more grenadine-like direction.
I think so, yeah.
And then on the palate, it's funny, it actually really wakens up the savory side of this.
It does.
It brings on the red tea, kind of the Earl Grey, and some of the almost forest floor type elements of it.
Yeah, a little herbaceous, and I got some pomegranate notes in there too, some nice bright fruits. So, really good combination.
That kills right there.
Excellent. By the way, this wine received double gold and 94 points at the Pacific Northwest Wine Competition in 2025. And I know Echolands is going to be entering in some new wines as well this year. Highly recommended a visit to the tasting room, just east of Walla Walla, as Brian said. It's amazing facilities, spectacular views, and you've got things going on other than just wine tasting, if anybody's interested.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space. It's the kind of place that anybody would want to hang out, and we don't want the experience there to be all just about wine or alcohol. Part of it is finding communion with nature. We're very deep out in the countryside. People are welcome just to walk the grounds out in the foothills of the Blue Mountains and take it in. It's a very solemn, very quiet place out there.
Got movie nights out there, which are legendary in town, and music, there's some classes, all sorts of things to keep you.
We keep a pretty active schedule, and we're really just putting this space out there to be like, what is this thing that you would want to do in a space like this? We're starting wallflower nights on Sunday, and what this means is if you're the kind of person who wants to go out but doesn't want to interact with a lot of people, this is your opportunity. So bring your book, bring your laptop and knock out some emails, bring a crossword puzzle, and you can enjoy a glass of wine or anything. We offer a lot of non-alcoholic options too. We think they're very creative and delicious, but use the space for anything you like and check our event schedule.
Excellent. That's Echolands Winery, 2024 Semi Carbonic Cinsault. Brian, thanks so much for checking us out today and sharing this wonderful wine. Go check out the winery. I think you'll find that it's a fantastic place.